There's Melbourne. Driving into Queenscliff. I reckon that's one of the best ferry rides you can go on anywhere in the world. It's long enough to make you feel like you're on a voyage. It's short enough so it doesn't get boring. The Great Ocean Road, like many Great Ocean Roads in the world, clings to the cliff and winds its way around. I've done this road a couple of times now, and I reckon it's comparable to anywhere else in the world, including California, south of France, north of France, any other in Australia. So I'm settling down here, Great Ocean Road, 4:45. Got this wonderful spot here behind this huge bank. There's a track coming in there with a gate on it, and there's a track coming in there that had a gate on it that someone has knocked down. So I've just come in behind, and nobody can see this from the road. Oh, there goes the smoke alarm on my camper. And it's down by this wonderful creek. Grass is green as anything, everything's wet, and it was actually drizzling a little bit. And you've got this. First thing I saw when I got here was a rabbit running along the base of that cliff. Hear that bloody alarm going. Look at this beautiful, all the perfect signs for a camp, like fresh running water. I might even bathe in the morning there, under the bridge to the sea. I don't think I'll go in there, but you can see a plethora of firewood, which I just had to walk there and collect as much as I wanted. So I won't have a long fire. As I say, I'm right behind that. You can see the ocean road there. There comes a vehicle now. But I'm down below that, so people are not going to see me. It's great. Only one problem, there's a little sign up there. Won't tell you what that is. I nearly despaired I was going to find a place where I could sort of hide and have a fire, have my camper, be behind somewhere where they wouldn't see me from the road, have a glass of red, and I'm going to cook a little barbie in shortly. And life is good. There's a creek down there. Well, had a great night's camp last night at somewhere near Wonga on the Great Ocean Road. Found that little spot I was able to get off the road. There's a little bit of drizzle, not enough to put the fire out. Had something to eat, a little private barbecue. Although I couldn't get the electrics on the camper van to work for some reason. The lights weren't coming on, and I couldn't see in the dark using my torch to find any way to fix it, so I just went to bed and had an early night. Woke up this morning, can't seem to switch the alarm off on this bloody new mobile phone. So that went off at 6 o'clock before dawn, and because it had been raining overnight and the fire was wet, I didn't bother kicking it into fashion, and because the electrics didn't work, couldn't have a hot shower, so I thought I'd just come for a drive. So I've come here as far as the 12 Apostles, where there is a pretty terrific public convenience and information booth and so forth. And you feel like Incy Wincy Spider, you know. I got here and I was about to go for a run, and I got my waterproof jacket out to put on over my singlet, and the rain stopped. So I was able to run along the Great Ocean Road down to the lookouts, past the 12 Apostles and so forth, back and do a full 25-minute run, all with no rain. And when I got back, all the van's electrics were working. I don't know what happened. It must have been some switch I didn't have switched, which I accidentally knocked or something. So actually, I'm telling a lie, because the electrics were working before I went for a run, and I was able to switch on the hot water and shower, which takes about 20 minutes. So by the time I got back from my run, the water was heated up. I've managed to have a nice hot shower. I've used the toilet block here, so I don't have to empty my own toilet out. And I'm heading off along the Great Ocean Road to see where I go. I think I might call into that volcanic crater out of Port Fairy that a friend who seems to talk so much about. I didn't bother taking any pictures of the 12 apostles from the normal viewpoints. I was jogging along, slightly raining when I left. But this is all the same sort of stuff. 12 Apostles Marine National Park. Anyway, I thought you might enjoy the 500 metres walk down to the coast. As I'm going to. The sun's come out. Incy wincy spiders climbing up the spout again. See the size of these colossal waves coming in. I suppose they're coming in from the Southern Ocean straight onto this southwest pointing portion of the coast. Just come to a spot that's fenced off, but I've got to go have a look. Ooh. Don't think you want to fall in there today. Don't know why it's fenced off. Maybe you can see it from a different place. So I'm still on this path out there, but you know, the place to go is always a place where it's fenced off. To be fair, that last one I just went into is called Thunder Cave, and they have got public access, so I can't imagine it's going to be any less good. I wonder if that's the one that comes down to the blowhole as well, if you just keep going. Anyway, Great Ocean Road, Australia. It's a bloody big country. Possibly my last stop on the Great Ocean Road. Just out here from Port Campbell. On another signposted lookout place. The size of these waves just great to be on. Well, still on the Great Ocean Road, but I just had to come here. There's a boat ramp going down the cliffs, and so I went past it. I thought, I've just got to go and have a look, and did a U-turn, came back, and going to change the camera. Check this out. It is, I don't know what it's going to look like in the video, but it is so much steeper. You wouldn't just want a four-wheel drive to launch here. You'd sort of want a caterpillar track. Not even going to bother going all the way down, but it is extremely steep. And you want to have a mighty seaworthy boat to get out through that, wouldn't you? So I'm just outside of Casterton and on my way to Narracott with about 5 hours drive to Gawler, which I'm going to hit tomorrow, middle of the afternoon. That'll give me time to clean up the camper, do some dishes, mop the floor, fill the gas bottle, get it all ready to take back on Wednesday. I thought I'd give you a brief tour around where I am. Changing camera. Now, all the people who do YouTubes say always take a picture of your camper van or your caravan or your hire boat or your hotel room or your ship's cabin the moment you move in. because that's the best it's going to look. So what we have here is a fry pan on there where I've just cooked my steak, and I got a vegetarian pasty at Port Fairy along with a pie, and I ended up getting some nice leek soup. So I didn't eat the vegetarian pasty, so I use that as my vegetables to go with my beautiful steak, which I bought at Casterton. It's been bucketing with rain, so let's just go around the cabin. So this is the back door, and this is the bed here. I've left it permanently set up. That's my new Roland synthesizer, which I am so far extremely disappointed with, and I'm still desperately hopeful that I can make it work. On top of that, it's my best clarinet, which I haven't played because I've been so despondent about playing on the Roland that I haven't been able to make myself do music. Here's my laptop computer, acting as a table for my glass of, what have I got here? Annie's Lane. And then you got the microwave there, all the electronic controls up there, a plethora of storage around the place. This is for 3 people, so for 1 person it's just been huge. A fridge down there. The shower and toilet, it's not a wet toilet, it's not a wet shower. It's really good in that, although it's in the same room, you pull the screen across, and so the shower, using the shower doesn't make the toilet bowl on top wet. And then in the far screen is the driver's bay. And so this is where I am tonight. Changing camera. So I'm in a total, absolute and utter fire ban season place. Signs up everywhere. No fires, any place, anytime. Which I want to say is absolutely and utterly ridiculous. You would need to be Bear Grylls to light a fire just outside now. I've pulled over into a parking bay, a stop place. I'm allowed to stop here. No signs, so I can't. And under normal circumstances, I would have a little campfire like I did last night, just outside the door, because we're human and we like fires, and I like fires. And I would have lit one if I could have, but I can't because it's all so wet. I could have brought kindling with me and lit the kindling and maybe found some wood. But it's just absolutely outrageous that at this time of year, you'd need a flamethrower with liquid petroleum jelly to light a patch on the ground, and even then it wouldn't spread further than the black place where you put all the chemicals down. It's so not going to catch fire, and yet we've got this extraordinary over-government that tells us that we can't do things all the time, even when it's perfectly safe some of the time. Just finishing off what I'm doing tonight, because I can't light a fire, I can't sit outside. I've cooked my tea inside on the gas stove, and now I'm reading a book, which happily one can carry virtually a library due to electronic means. So that's what I'm reading, just quietly reading a book until I get up and travel back to home tomorrow. And now, after having intellectualized, it's time for some really loud music. I'm going to start with Marilyn Manson. You're So Fine. Appropriate, maybe. And then there's a late night music session with my very best clarinet in the middle of nowhere, all by myself.